My role as a non-exec within the board is bringing an external perspective to everything we do and asking very searching questions on behalf of the patients and the wider community that they may not necessarily have an opportunity to ask. So very much an external reality check, bringing that much broader non-executive experience into the board and making sure that it doesn't become too inward-looking.
Non-executive directors have a hugely difficult role to fulfil, and that gets tougher, it seems to me, by the year, where non-executive directors have a limited amount of time and they need to fulfil a fundamentally important role at the board of assuring the performance and stewardship of the organisation.
Non-executive directors do have tremendously limited time compared to the executive directors who walk the corridors daily. I think we have 2.5 days in theory that we spend on trust business, but that's not the case. We certainly spend a considerable amount more time than that. And I think that's important. It's striking a balance, making sure you don't take on the role of an executive function because that boundary is fundamentally important, but ensuring that you are not easily assured by the information you get.
Non-executives and indeed executive directors firstly need to ask the story behind the story, to understand what is the quality of the evidence that's being put forward as a demonstration of performance, and to challenge its veracity. Similarly, to use multiple choices of evidence. So anecdote, soft information along hard objective measurement should be melded together to provide a robust set of challenges.
So rather than getting awash with lots of meaningless detail of an operational nature, I look for the key data that I need. I look to triangulate that. So I spend time walking around the hospital. We have planned visits, and I triangulate my experience with what I'm being told. And I gain far more assurance from that.
How should NEDs behave on the board? I think they need to act corporately. It's a corporate structure. They need to be responsible both for the commissions and omissions of the board. But their prime role, I think, is to constructively challenge. Now, I don't for 1 minute think that NEDs should do this in isolation. There are other executive directors sitting around that board table. It is a corporate board. Everybody has a duty to constructively challenge the information they're being given, the assumptions that are being made. And I think this is where NEDs lend real value to the board because they're coming from a wide range of experience.
I think for non-execs as well, it's really important to understand that sometimes people will tell you things, give you answers that they think you want to hear. And that's not helpful for you as a non-exec because you're making decisions based on inaccurate information. So being one of the leaders within the organisation that sets a culture that says, actually, it's okay not to know. It's okay if things are going off track, provided you tell us it's going off track and what we're going to do about it. And we're responsible for creating that culture, and it's one of mutual support, but it's one of trust and honesty.